Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep, and boy, I have not been this excited in a long time. I would say this is even more excited than I'd get when I'm opening a new set for the first time. So I actually got my first PSA submission back ever. It's just 2. I'm going to give a little information in the beginning. If you just want to skip right to the grade reveal, then I should have some timestamps or chapters down below. But I'm going to give some information, just, how these cards got to that point, timelines, how much I paid, and all that stuff. And then we'll just go into each of the cards. There's only 2 cards, so this video shouldn't be too long. And also, please stay tuned to the channel, especially next week, because I'll give a little sneak peek. We have some good stuff to open next week. So next week's videos will have some cool stuff to, being opened up. So we have this first card here. Both of these cards I paid $110 each for. So yes, this was through the regular tier level of submitting to PSA. Obviously, right now, that tier is not open. And I think for the regular tier, it goes up to like $1,000 or something like that. I'll have to double check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the tier list. So both of these cards were submitted in 14 March of this year. So middle of March, and I got them, they actually came in yesterday, and then I picked them up today, the 6th of August. So they came in 5 August. So April, May, June, July. So about 4.5 months, I'd say. So yeah, about 4.5 months for them to come in. I think at the time, regular submissions were taking about a couple months. So 4 months, doubled the time. Not really too surprised. But overall, this first card, we'll actually see which one it is first. All right, so it's a beauty, the one in the thumbnail, the Charizard VMAX. So overall, my prediction for this was a 9, and that's because there's a white speck there, a white speck there, and then on the front, the centering isn't horrible, but it's just not perfect. And then obviously it's really hard for me to see any flaws when the foiling is like this because it's so intricate and detailed. But let's see what I got on this first one. My first submission ever, first PSA card, a 9. So that's actually exactly what I predicted. So I'm not too surprised. Right now, a PSA 9 goes for $250. That's the most recent sold listing on eBay. $250. And that sold on the 4th of August, that was this past Wednesday. Back when I submitted this card, a 9 was going for $300. So about a $50 decrease. Honestly, not horrible. In total, this submission cost me $220. So this one, slightly worse grade kind of pays for the whole submission. Obviously, I'm not planning on selling it, but so it's good to have. Actually, we should probably take it out of I'll leave that one in the case. There's really not too much else to look at, but this one, save the best for last, definitely. We have a Lily from Ultra Prism. There's 3 full art Lilies throughout the Sun and Moon series of sets. I believe Cosmic Eclipse, Sun and Moon Base, and then this one. I personally like this one the best. This is my favorite artwork of Lily as far as full art goes. I know there's some really cool Japanese ones too. But, oh, I didn't mention, that one was pulled from a Champions Path Elite trainer box. My first Champions Path Elite trainer box, so not bad. This one was pulled from a Target trip. I got 2 3-pack Ultra Prism, the 3-pack blisters, and I pulled a Lily from those 3-pack blisters, which is pretty good luck if you ask me. Overall, I think the front of this is nearly flawless. Obviously, could the centering be a little bit better, but just like looking at it, it looks perfect. And then on the back, one thing that the LGS owner said that it is fatter on top than it is on bottom. So I'm like, okay, it might get that 9. But then, how PSA is on the back. There's really not any whitening on any of the corners. So I thought this was a really good looking card. I thought it had the potential for a 10. So in my prediction, I said, I think this will get a 9 or a 10. But when I say 9 or a 10, I'm just kind of setting myself up for expectations. Like if I don't get the 10, I'm not depressed. Because if I predict this is definitely going to 10 and then I don't get it, then I'm sad. But if I say 9 or a 10, it leaves room for, error. But if I'm committing, I'm saying this would get a 10. So let's see what it got. Oh man, that is something else. That is something else. Just for some perspective. Right now, well, as recently as the 29th of July, a PSA 10 copy of this sold for $960. So a little under $1,000. Back when I submitted this in the middle of March, it was going for $1,325. You can still find some listings recently that, are around $1,000 and a little over $1,000. But overall, right now, this is about, a $9 to $950 to $1,000 card. So practically a crisp $1,000 bill right here, and it's a beautiful looking card. This one I actually will take out because it's really nice to look at. I mean, is it perfect? I don't think it's perfect because of that back centering, but it's, oh, sorry, there's still some gunk from when he put the sleeve on there. But overall, it's just a really nice looking card. When I pulled it, I was like, I don't have a ton of PSA experience, but looking at this, I think it has potential. The front looks fantastic. I don't know if that is like a little bit of damage up there to the top, just like being put in the thing, or maybe even right there, or maybe that's just part of the foiling, it's whatever. But very pleased to add this card in my collection. And I do not have a ton of like actual hands-on experience. I've just watched a lot of videos. And I mean, the predictions for these aren't super difficult because, you know, practically gonna be 9s or 10s for modern products. But so far, I guess the 9 on the Charizard and a 10 on the Lily, so it's only 2, so very small sample size, but I would say I'm guessing pretty good so far. And very pleased with my first PSA submission. So overall, I paid $220 for both these to be submitted. Took a little 4.5 months. And if I were to sell these today, subtracting out the $220, I would technically profit, if I would sell them at how they recently been selling, $990. So almost $1,000 in profit. Am I planning on selling these anytime soon or ever? Probably not. Because, you know, these are staples that I want to add to the collection. And honestly, a PSA 9 Charizard, it's kind of whatever. PSA 10 Lily, it's a nice little nest egg. You know, full arts have seen a rise. Who knows, they might go way down in the future. I don't know. But in my opinion, it's a good-looking card. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Please let me know what you guys think. I'll have more submissions and stuff coming in the future. And I actually purchased my first slabbed card, so that should be coming soon from eBay too. I want it in an auction. But yeah, once again, I can't say how pleased I am with this submission. As far as these top dollar cards, the reason why I submitted these to PSA is when the 10 has a potential for being like 500 to like 1,000 or 1,000 plus, like to me, it just makes sense to send to PSA. I send pretty much all my other modern cards to CGC, at least that's what I'm planning on doing right now, and a lot are at CGC right now. But for big hitters like this, like especially within PSA, and this is like Sun and Moon era, so PSA makes a little bit more sense, but honestly, any of them kind of work. PSA, you know, it's only $200 and up. BGS is extremely limited, and then CGC is just, their wait times keep extending and keep extending. But yeah, sorry this video was a lot longer than it probably should have been, but just super excited. Let me know what you guys think about these 2 graded cards, and let me know if you've got any submissions back recently either. All right, you guys have a good one.